Hey guys, I'm Aaron from Modern Intel, and right now I'm going to be showing you how to disassemble your TM15. First off, you want to start off by taking out the barrel, the little elbow there, and the mag, and then we'll go from there. So up comes the barrel. You can see the chambers on it actually, and inside there's shrouds. We'll show you those later, and that's basically to keep it quiet. So put that aside. And we'll take out the mag. You can see the battery in there. Put that away. And then you got your elbow mount. There's a little nipple here you push in, and just wobble it and push it forward, and it should slide right out. And then put that away there. So after that's done, most people, if this gun's dirty, you notice that there's these two screws right there and there. If you want to clean the inside of the gun, you actually don't need to take off the whole thing, which we're actually going to show you to do. But you can just take out these two, and then you can reach the bolt from there. But again, we're just going to be showing you the whole thing, how it comes apart, and everything like that. Next, grab your Allen keys that came in the gun kit, and grab the second from largest. This is the one that's basically going to be used for almost everything. So let's go ahead, starting from the top. You'll see, I'm not sure how many, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 screws on the top, and let's go ahead and take those apart right now. And once you got that first row off, you can see them out now. We'll go after the lower set here. They're actually below this rail. These screws here, they actually just hold in the rail, so you don't need to touch those if you're just cleaning the gun. After a while you may want to, because paint will get under there, but otherwise it's not an issue. Just these ones here. And again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 on this row. So let's go ahead and take those out. And there's the second row. You can see those out as well. And you can see, just like usual, we always recommend that you put them kind of in the shape of the gun so you can kind of tell. So we got the first row, and then we got the second row, so you know where they're going when they come back. And obviously you want to use the table as well, just to keep everything in one place. And if something spills out, then you're good. Actually, one useful thing that's good to note, these little nubs right here, these are your detents. So there's a little Allen key slot there. You can put in your Allen key, unscrew it, and put in some new detents if they're wearing out. There's one on both sides. You can see it right there, and one right there. So you can take those out if you want. Most of the time it's not an issue. Okay, so after we got that all off, you'll notice that there's 2 more right there, and then that's it as far as those screws there, and then we'll head from there. So let's go ahead and take those 2 out. And there we have the 2. 2 are out. You can see them there. And then after that, you're going to see it, and you're really not going to notice that there's nothing else there. So, like, you can see everything off. What you can do from here, this back plate that we were talking about, we can go ahead and take that off. It just pulls up and slides out. Put that aside. And from there, you can just pull this out. There goes your stock. You can see how it's grooved in, and you can swap with the stock if anything matches that pattern, which I believe they're coming out with eventually too. From there, there's this little funky looking piece. It basically just sits in like that, and it just holds in your stock. So if you lose that or you misplace that, there it is. Put that beside the stock. And then you got this little piece, and sometimes if it falls out quickly, it's a little confusing, so it's a close-up of it. This is basically the slide cover when you pull it back to change the velocity. And you can see the velocity right in there. Get a better shot. There you go. So again, put that beside the back there. And then once you got that all, you can actually go ahead and take off the grip screws here. There's 1, 2, 1, 2. Go ahead and do that. And once you get off the grip screws, all you have to do is just lift it up and kind of pull on it, and off it comes. There you go. You can just put that aside. Not a big deal. And then once you've done that, you'll see 2 screws here and here on the same side as the selector switch there. You can see 1, 2. And just go ahead and take that out as well. Okay, so after you get the grip screws out, the front covers, all those screws, You're going to try to pull it off, I know that, and you're going to notice it's not going to come off. Don't force it, please. On the other side, there's this little button there for releasing the mag. There's a screw in there. Take that out. So once you get this little one out, put this aside. Make sure you put it in a good place, otherwise you'll lose it. And then what you can do, it's kind of an awkward part. Let's see if we can get it. You can split the halves now. What you'll notice is that the other half of your mag pin will come out. There it is there. Just put it aside. And then there's the one whole half of your TM15. Since there's no electronics on this side, you can actually run this under hot water. Be careful with this here, your window for the light and the button there. But otherwise, that's one whole half. So put that aside. And then here's the other half. You can see the body of it. Here's the shrouds we were telling you about. There's chambers, and those line up with the bevels there, so they kind of seal the sound in. And there's the other half of your mag pin. So after that's done, what you want to do is you'll notice that there's actually where the battery sits right there. We actually want to take that out. And at the same time that fell out, so that's just the trigger guard. Put that aside. And actually, since we're already at it, we'll take out the trigger as well. There it is. And this metal piece here, actually that's pretty good in there, so we'll leave that. One thing you can either do is, you see this white piece, you can separate these two power lines, or you can just pull this whole piece out. It's just wedged in there, and that's just your battery for your 9-volt. That's it. After that, you'll see that there's a screw right here, and that one holds down the mechanics of your gun. So take that out. Put that in a good place. And then after that, you'll notice that the whole thing just lifts up by itself. And this is all that you're going to need to clean the entire thing. You can lube it from here, and we'll show you that as well. And here's the whole other half. One thing to show you is that we have this metal bar right there. Sometimes that falls out. For some people, it's basically just a spring for the trigger. That's just to give you an idea where it goes. You can see it there shining. So otherwise, you can clean this up, wash it down. Just make sure there's no electronics still in it, and just otherwise, put it aside. So here, what we'll do, we'll show you how to take out the bolt, but it's basically just the exact same as the TM7. It is the exact same. So what you'll see is a screw under there. You can go ahead and pull and unscrew that. And this is to release the bolt. Doesn't take much. Put that aside. It's easy to recognize because it's a shiny one rather than black. And then after that's done, what I actually like to do, since this is actually pretty well in there, grab an Allen key, like your second largest, pass it through the holes where you adjust your velocity, and then give it a pull. It's easier to get your hands on, especially since you've already been a little greasy by now. So there's one piece, and you can see on the back there, that's where all the, there, you can see all the holes where you adjust the velocity, you turn it, that's all you do. Put that aside. And then after that, this is a little greasier part, stick your finger in there, there's your bolt, see it there, put that aside, finger back in, spring, and there you go. Let's see if we can get a good shot. There you go. So from there on, you can basically just pass a paper towel down there, so squeegee, just clean it up, make sure there's no paint in there. And then what you want to do is The TM15 includes some really good lube. Just lube up your bolt, your O-rings, O-rings here. Basically O-rings, there's a whole bunch here. If you take a look at them, see if they're all good shape. If they're not, you can swap them out pretty easily. But otherwise, that's it for taking apart the TM15.